Alright, so I want to make this video because I want to talk about something that's kind of frustrating the crap out of me lately, and it's stuff like this. So most of you, or a lot of you, would notice that that's an Xbox controller behind me on the desk. I've taken it apart because I'm trying to fix it. The reason I'm trying to fix it is because it's an Xbox Elite controller. So why did I take it apart? Well, I took it apart because the bumper broke. One of the shoulder bumper buttons broke on the controller. And if you look online, this is happening all the time. It's a flawed design. There's basically a small piece of plastic that connects the two buttons. And so over time, with pushing those buttons, that little tiny piece of plastic that connects the two just gets flexed over and over and over and over again until it breaks. And it's definitely a design flaw in the controller, in a controller that's marketed as Elite. It's supposed to be, it's very expensive. I mean, the controller is 150 bucks. Why is this happening? So my first Xbox Elite controller actually broke. This is my second one. And I was pretty upset to learn online that these expensive, this is the expensive one that I've already taken apart and tried to fix. This is, you know, a more of a standard one. They have a 90-day warranty, and that's it. Even the Elite controller, even the controller that costs 2 to 3 times what this one costs, 90-day warranty. This thing is Elite. I mean, I would think that a company, if they're branding something as Elite, they would be embarrassed if there was something like this going on with their product. Because it doesn't make sense. There's a lot of videos. This isn't the only video online showcasing this issue. Microsoft took a lot of heat for the Xbox 360. I mean, I had at least 2 or 3 of those systems fail on me. The red ring of death. There's a big stain on their reputation. And then they come out with a console that is underpowered. Sony is dominating this gaming market. I'm not going one way or the other. I have both systems. I enjoy both systems. That's not what this is about, but it's about mistakes. So Microsoft they're going above and beyond with the next one. Allegedly, they were going above and beyond with this controller, and they clearly didn't. So where's the recall? Where's the change? Where's the update? Where's the apology? Where's anything? If I'm gonna spend $150 on something, I mean, this should be the Ferrari of controllers. It's basically a high-end crap grade thing. I mean, this controller puts up with more crap than the Elite controller. That controller also has a couple of trigger breaks. Now, I'm trying to talk. So, that controller, it's all your fault. It's all your fault. You're blinding the camera. So, that controller also has trigger brakes on it, so you can reduce the pull of the triggers. That's actually what happened to my first controller, was I was using the trigger brakes and those broke. That's one of that feature is unique to the Elite controller. It shouldn't fail. I mean, the controller shouldn't fail in general. The whole point of an Elite controller is having an Elite product that is of higher quality than the regular product, and as of right now, it's not. It's not a better quality. It has a lot of problems. The Dodge Neon of controllers, the generic standard dime a dozen controller, takes more, I hesitate to use the word abuse because these are controllers, and so you're often squeezing and pushing and, you know, whatever, but they should be designed to do that. So they're not being abused, they're just being used the way they should be used. So unless you're getting frustrated and throwing them at the wall, or stomping on them, or just breaking them in your hands, which, kudos, they shouldn't fail in this way. A button like that shoulder button should be designed to withstand thousands of button presses. I mean, if I'm gonna game for a couple hours, depending on the game, I might push that button a few hundred times. It should last for hundreds of thousands of pushes, and it's not. It doesn't. and I'm not the only one with this issue. In this world that we live in, it seems as if these companies do not care enough about their consumers. They hide behind this false flag of customer service or whatever, but they will continually make these products that just don't do what they're supposed to do. And unless enough people die, because that seems to be the only time recalls are issued, is recalls are issued on cars when the risk of death seems to exceed the risk of anything else, or injury, basically when a company is motivated to fix something because they're afraid of retaliation by consumers and costing themselves too much money. Failure is fine until it costs you too much money. That seems to be the thing. So where's the pride? If you make something and it can't do the thing it's designed to do, how does that happen? Why would you allow that to happen as a company? If I owned a company and I was putting out a product that was inferior and it came out as inferior, I would do everything that I could to make sure that that product was doing its job correctly, and I would try and remedy the problem. And I wouldn't do it with a 90-day warranty or a 1-year warranty that something that fails that shouldn't fail has failed. That sounded really stupid. You would think that if the incidence of failure was low, then I wouldn't know another person that has had an issue. But I do. And not only that, he's had multiple issues. My friend has replaced 4 or 5 of these controllers, all for this exact same issue. This is now my second failed controller, multiple different issues across both controllers. This is just not acceptable. We need to stop doing this. We need to stop enabling these companies as consumers to continue to abuse us, because this money that I spend on this controller, if I can't fix this controller, and I shouldn't have to, but let's say that I'm handy and I am able to fix it. If I can't, that's $150 down the drain. That's $150 that could have went into a retirement account. It's something I shouldn't have to buy the same tech over and over and over again unless there's something really worth buying it for. So I ordered online some replacement bumpers. The funny thing is, they're not made by Microsoft, because Microsoft doesn't offer, they want you to just buy a new controller and spend another $150 or $60 on the regular one, which $60 is still a pretty big deal. Even if you get one on sale for $40 or $50, still, like, these things are failing for stupid reasons. They shouldn't be failing this often. I mean, and that's not the only problem I've had with that controller. One of the thumbsticks, kind of raises up and down. Tons of videos online of these Elite controllers doing that exact same thing. So this is the second issue with my second controller. The first issue I could actually deal with, the little clicky, the little, thing I just mentioned. But the other thing the controller was unusable once that shoulder button broke. So I went online, I went onto Amazon, and I looked for something that was reviewed decently, a replacement set of bumpers, and I decided to follow a YouTube video to take it apart. So that's what I'm in the middle of doing. And of course, the replacement piece, still, the quality was not good. Similar to the Microsoft, but you could tell it was even a little less so, and it just wasn't working right. I actually recorded a video, I did a review, in a written review on Amazon's website. So I sent that back and I got a refund. It was like $12 or $13. Another one is on its way. Maybe I'll get it today, maybe I'll get it tomorrow. Maybe I'll record myself replacing it, maybe not, I don't even know. But so you can't even get quality replacement parts. If you want to be a little DIY like I do, and I don't want to go out and spend another $150 on this controller. Some friends have found a way around the system, and they have bought their controllers from a retailer like Best Buy, and then they'll buy the 2-year extended warranty for an additional $20, so they'll spend $170. And I know a guy who says that he's on his 4th or his 5th, the same issue, this shoulder button issue. His shoulder button keeps breaking. But because of the warranty setup that he has with Best Buy, he just takes in the controller and he exchanges it and gets a brand new one for free. So yeah, he paid $170 initially, and he's gone through 5 controllers, but that's all he's ever paid for any of them. So why isn't Best Buy, or why aren't retailers that have a similar relationship or setup? You would think they'd be losing a lot of money, or they would be burdened with sending these things back, and Microsoft would keep having to deal with this issue. So why wouldn't they fix it? Why wouldn't they change it and make it better? Why wouldn't they admit fault? I don't understand this concept of never admitting fault. Apple is a perfect example of this. My wife's iWatch, Apple Watch, whatever it is, it doesn't hold a charge anymore. It doesn't hold, the battery doesn't hold a charge. It's not far out of its 1-year warranty, and Apple said, well, because half the time this tech isn't made to actually take apart. I mean, the Xbox controller isn't necessarily made to take apart, but you can. Similar with the Apple Watch, but it's even more difficult to take apart. But I can't change the battery out of that without really doing a lot of intricate work. And I'm gonna try, because the other option is giving it back to Apple and having them send me a new one for $160. This is a Series 1 watch. This is like the first generation. So why would I spend $160 on something that is, you know, by their standards, old? Another thing to just go in the landfill. I don't understand. Maybe somebody from a company, I get that it makes good business sense to get people spending more money on your products, but this is stupid. This is just stupid. Nobody wins in this situation. Consumers have less money to buy less new tech when they're constantly dealing with breaking old tech. It's such a waste, and this needs to stop, because this is just stupid. Whatever. I mean, nothing's gonna change, but I just wanted to make this video. Let me know what you guys have experienced. Maybe you can help me with some of this stuff. I have a battery and a kit to take this thing apart, because my other option is just throwing it away. It doesn't hold a charge. You can see the Apple logo just comes on and shuts off, comes on and shuts off. It's, you know, and you can see it, the way it fades out. It's just the battery is just not holding any juice. It's trying to fire up, but then it needs a little bit extra voltage to turn on, and the battery just won't give it anything. And it can't get enough voltage straight from its wireless charging or whatever to actually boot up. So maybe I'll make a video of me trying to replace that, probably ruining the watch, but you know, what the f, right? So let me know what you guys think. I'm frustrated. This video is probably stupid, but whatever, you know, it is what it is. And we'll see what the next video is about. Probably me trying to fix my wife's Apple Watch. So let's see what happens.